Welcome to another Island Blue podcast. I'm joined with Angelo here today, and we will be talking about what buyers wish they knew before looking into property in Cyprus. What comes to your mind when I say this?
The variety of property, the different type of properties, and assuming that the whole island is on the same vibe. Once they start looking at the property here, they realize that each area has a different vibe, or each district, and they realize that not everything is the same. I'd say this is the first thing that comes to mind.
Can you explain how residency works for non-Cypriot buyers?
Well, there's two options. I'd say the safest option and the fastest option is what's called a fast track. This is where an investor purchases real estate and uses his property to support his application for his permanent residency.
What are the key steps to apply for permanent residency through property?
All right, so first thing is you need to purchase a property of 300,000 plus the VAT or more. Then it's pretty straightforward from there on. You will have the signed contract of sale that you're proceeding with the property. You need to have a clean criminal record, produce or to have your CV and a bank statement. These are the basic documents that are required in the beginning, plus to show that you have sufficient income to sustain yourself, and if you have a spouse or children, that you have additional income derived outside of the country to support your spouse and children.
What surprises buyers the most when they start exploring buying in Cyprus?
I would say the island itself, starting. They have, say, an image in their mind of where they're buying or what type of property they're buying. And then when they come to actually to have a look at the property, they're so surprised about the people, the friendliness, the openness, the security walking around, the feeling of being on the island, and of course the laid-back atmosphere. It just catches people off guard.
What would you say are common misconceptions when people look at property locations in Cyprus?
Assuming that the best properties are the ones that are down by the sea or that have sea view. Everybody comes to the island and say, look, it's an island, I want sea view property, or I want to be on the sea. It's an island, there's only so much land available. So that land is becoming less and less, and building is going on continuously. So those options are not as available as time goes by. But what they don't realize is that coming outside these areas downtown, we do have properties downtown as well. Sorry, downtown by the coastal areas. We have in the town center, and we have in the suburbs around the town center. People, when they come through and they actually look after they've had their fill, if you like, of seeing property down by the sea, which is the best, then in the town center, which is the best, and they come on the outside, on the suburbs where we're building, then they realize that, hold on, this is actually a great opportunity. You don't have what these suburbs have to offer compared to the downtown or the center of the town as well.
So it's not always the by the sea or sea view. Plus, you can pretty much have sea view from most of the locations somehow, but that's not always what rings the bell at the end, right?
Yeah, in the beginning, it's a key point, but then once they realize that the sea's 10, 15 minutes away,
wherever you are.
Yeah, and you can be downtown, it'll take you 5 minutes to get to the sea. You can be in the town center, it'll take you 7 minutes to get downtown. You can be in the suburbs, it's 10, 15 minutes.
Do this in Dubai.
Yeah. It's like, my first question is, where are you from? And when they tell me if I know the town or the city, then I say, how far is the sea? And it's like, it's like 2 hours, it's 3 hours away. Do you travel to go to the sea? It says, yes, on the weekend, we'll travel to go. I'll go in the morning and come back late in the afternoon. I said, well, here you can go in the morning, come back, go after 20 minutes, come back, and you don't even feel it because it's so close.
And you live in an area which is better than the more touristical areas because you prefer community over that one perk. So you get more perks built out in a specific place than just choosing the location.
Exactly. Look, we advise the clients on what they're looking for. So if they're looking something more that they're focused on tourism and they want to do for rentals and stuff, we will give them advice accordingly. But you have nothing to be less in looking not at the beach or being up in the town center or being in the suburbs. The way we design and we create our developments is to maximize what we have in that area to give the most value and benefits either to the home buyers or to the investors as well.
Or to the people who actually stay there at the end and and spend time. Because I myself, that's how we really started liking Cyprus. We looked up and we went to a property of Island Blue, and it was just a vibe that you were like, okay, this is cool. You don't really get this. And I flew 2 hours and I was out at there, like I was out from the airport in 20 minutes. Like you just add up everything and you're like, okay, not even a half a day has passed and I'm by the beach and already like sunburned.
And you have the plus that you can go into the town center. We say that you can ski in the morning in the mountains and then half an hour later you can ski down in the sea. We're literally this close to both skiing types. And people, when they come to Cyprus and they actually see the island as such, not just from, I would say, the commercial sense that they're looking for real estate to invest, and they actually see the island. So they go around, and when we do our tour, we try to show them where you are investing, what is around, not just the development. So you are looking here, but what is around you, what is near. You want to see where the amenities are, where the schools, if they're going to be living here, supermarkets, restaurants, hairdressers. We had a client that came through, and the first thing that they asked is like, okay, how far is the beauty spa, the salons? And for my luck, it was like, listen, if you go 100 meters walking, there is one of the best places in the town.
Here's my card. Take it. Take my money.
She's a customer at one of our developments at Avalon Gardens, which is the beautiful resort.
What areas in Paphos do you believe are getting the main attention?
Theoretically, practically, the whole of Paphos. Paphos it's designed in such a way, the layout of the city, it's growing like a mushroom. So we have the advantage that no matter where you are in the town, you have amenities near you, schools, shops, restaurants, and the beach is within reach. I'd say walking or with a car. If you're not driving, you're on a bus route or near a bus route as well to help you out. And we see that where the company is developing, we do have seafront properties, we have properties in the town center, and we have a lot of properties which are just around the town center as well, in the suburbs, in the near suburbs, near Paphos as well, which have to offer everything that you can get in the city and down at the coast as well.
And what do you think are costs that buyers don't specifically plan with?
It's not hidden costs, but it's something that maybe they don't take into account. I say not hidden because a lot of times when we're discussing about the properties, it's not something that comes up as a topic until we bring it up to the client. You need to take into account, say, legal fees, some stamp duties that need to be for notarizing the documents and registering with the land registry. I'd say this is about it. Yeah, these two fees.
Got it. And do you have some ways of helping clients budgeting for buying a property?
We do something in general for the clients, but then we have associates, the legal advisors, accountants that can give a more extensive advice. that would explain the process to the clients from A to Z, and they will make a plan for the client so you can see that what is involved in either investing or buying that property or properties.
Got you. And are there like any extra like tax benefits, perks, and people hear this and that about like what clients usually don't know about, and when they do, they're like, okay, that's something I could use.
Well, I would say this, thankfully, I can say that it's the job for accountants and legal advisors. What I can say is that you can look at becoming a tax resident in Cyprus, opening up companies in Cyprus which offer low taxation. But I'd say I'll leave it better to the professionals who are more equipped to explain in detail to clients that route to follow. But there are a lot of tax benefits that the island has to offer.
And probably one important information on this topic is that as long as it's EU, right, these are laws which are within the EU. So it's nothing that is like, backdoor stuff, or like it's nothing that is like you shouldn't be doing it. It's like from my understanding, is just you can utilize the potential as it's EU, and that's a massive advantage, especially to people from an EU member state or people who are from outside and would like to take the advantages of the European Union.
Yeah, no, look, everything it's straightforward. Everything's there in black and white. The only thing is people don't look into it deeply or in the varied ways of how to utilize the tools that the system actually offers. Once you do speak to an accountant or a legal advisor, always you explain your situation or your case, and then he'll give you the best advice to follow. Then you realize that, oh, I didn't know I could do this, and I can save here, and and everything is legit. It's down the books. It's all in the books. No funny business. It's things that you might not have thought of how to do it.
Because you were experiencing something else previously.
Exactly, yeah.
So, one more question. How would you describe the overall lifestyle value of living in Cyprus?
One word: laid back. It's a place where real case story, client that came to Cyprus, health issues, arthritis and heart condition, moved to Cyprus mainly for his arthritis, and I seen him a year later, and from pinky white, I would say that he was in color. He was nice and tanned olive brown, and the first thing he done to me, he showed me his fingers and he said, "Look," and I was like, "What?" I didn't click at the time. He says, "My hands, they're moving." His arthritis is, I wouldn't say gone, but it's not there. It's not painful anymore. Crazy. And I was like, okay. And he says, "Do you know what?" I said, "What?" He says, "My blood pressure. I've lost it. It's gone." I was like, excellent. And he says, the third one, "My health has improved. Mediterranean lifestyle. You guys are so laid back. I was getting irritated in the beginning because things are happening siga, everything is slowly. But
I've heard it a few times. Yeah.
I understand now." He says I'll say the mentality and how things operate, and it's just brought my pressure down. My health has gone up, and I'm actually enjoying life. Cyprus was a destination for like 6 months out of the year, and it's now permanent.
That's a crazy success story, right?
Yeah.
That's really good that you're not only selling properties, a lifestyle, but you're actually like changing lives, right? With what you can offer. That's amazing.
Look, it's the added benefit. Cyprus, these are things that people don't realize, don't notice, or don't account for until something happens. He did move to Cyprus because his doctor advised him on going to a drier climate, to a better environment. And he didn't realize that the lifestyle in Cyprus is so laid back that it's going to force him to quieten down or to slow down and create a better lifestyle for him. Create a better lifestyle, I should say, to create a lifestyle that will be slower paced so that it brings his pace down. And then the food in Cyprus, oh my God, you will know, the food in Cyprus is amazing. And it's healthy. He's eating more than what he used to eat overseas, but he's in a better health condition than what he was overseas.
Thank you for sharing that story, because I think that can be a major line for people to actually decide that, okay, you know, that last push that I need to change. And such success stories, you know, it might also work for them as well. It might also work for me as well.
Look, Cyprus is, it's like it's a gem box, and you open up a box and it's got another box inside, and you open up and it's got something else inside. There's always something to find. It doesn't matter from which perspective you see the island, whether you're coming as a visitor, as a resident, as an investor, just passing through. The island has something to give, and the moment you do come to the island, it's very rare that we'll find someone who's come to the island and never come back again. Yeah. It doesn't matter how long it's been, someone has come back a second, a third time, and it's like the island, it just draws you back in again.
I can verify that from my own experience. So thank you so much for this conversation.
No, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
If you ever decide to want to come and check out Cyprus, Angelo will be here to navigate you through and help you with every step you need. Thank you for listening to Island Blue Podcast today, and see you on the next one.